Hello there and welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be reviewing Dot and Bubble. So, let's get into it. So, what did I think of this episode? I thought it was alright personally. It's not my favourite of this series so far, and I think that's mainly down to the fact that where it's placed in the series. Obviously, we know that due to Ncuti Gatwa filming Sex Education, he couldn't film as like many Doctors would have in their first series. So obviously they had to film these two in their first block, and by placing, I think it was a mistake, placing these two episodes together, mainly because you have like 73 yards where the Doctor's barely in it, and same with Dot and Bubble. You have an episode where the Doctor's still in it, but not physically until the last 5-10 minutes of the episode. And I've spoke to a lot of people about how they feel about this episode, and like the general consensus is, in terms of those people who are not like avid fans like you and me, is that they don't feel like it's like Doctor Who, where the Doctor's hardly in it for most of it. Like they've had 2 episodes in a row where the Doctor's hardly in it, so you don't really feel like you're getting your money's worth, if that makes sense. But I do think the episode was quite good. Maybe if they'd placed it earlier on in the series, I feel like it would have done a lot better, and I feel like it would have been a lot more well received with the general public. But in terms of the episode on its own, I actually quite liked it. It's something very different, and I feel like that's what Doctor Who's been doing a lot recently, with experimenting with loads of different types of episodes, and I think that's good to a certain extent, but it still needs to sort of remain the same show but also change, if that makes sense. As Matt Smith said in his final line, it's good, you've got to keep moving, but you've got to remember all the people that you used to be, or the things you used to be in this case. So I think it's good that it's experimenting, but I don't think it should do it all the time, if that makes sense. That's what makes the experimental episodes so good, is because they don't do it so often. I also love the performances by Ncuti Gatwa and Millie Gibson in this episode. I mean, Ncuti's acting, especially at the end, in those last 10 minutes, that it was actually in person on screen and not in the Dot Bubble thing, was absolutely phenomenal. And I can see in the next few years that he'll be a fan favourite actor, like Capaldi has been, like David Tennant has been. I can definitely see him being a fan favourite for being the Doctor, because that you could really see how powerless the Doctor was in that situation, not being able to save them, not wanting to be saved, just like mainly by the colour of his skin and like the way he looks. And I thought that was like a huge, like, dark turn that they went down. I completely did not see that coming, and I did notice, like, throughout the episode, I was like, oh my god, I just realised, I think it was when I can't remember her name, something Pepperbean or something like that, was hiding, and I noticed, oh my god, every one of these people in it is white. I thought it was just a coincidence. Turns out not. And Rusty Davies mentioned it in Doctor Who Unleashed, and I thought that was really like a clever way of like planting the seed in the audience's mind. I don't know if many other people noticed it like the way I did, like earlier on in the episode, and then that big revelation at the end. But I thought like that moment made it a lot more powerful for me anyway. And the character of like something Pepperbean really reminded me of the Roald Dahl book, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I can't remember the net. I think it's Ravuka Salt. If that's how you Ravuka Salt, something like that. Veruca, that's it. I couldn't get my tongue around that. Sort of reminded me of her, like the spoilt rich kid who sort of like gets everything that she wants. It really like reminded me of that, and I just think it takes a special kind of actor to carry a Doctor Who episode when your two main actors, the Doctor and the companion, are pretty much out of it for most of the episodes. And I definitely think she did really, really, really well. Also, I love the sort of symbolism with the dot and the like bubble thing, symbolising like a mobile phone and how we can't really cope without it. I loved that symbolism from what Russell did, and how it looks, I thought was great. You could like definitely believe that something like that could happen in the future. It reminded me sort of like the visor goggle things from Back to the Future Part 2. I don't know if anyone else thought of that, but yeah, sort of reminded me of those. Definitely something that I can see happening maybe like 100 years in the future. Maybe not, I don't know, but I definitely can see that. Also, the way that Finetown looks, it's sort of like a bright, vibrant city, very futuristic, and definitely like a very optimistic utopian view of the future, which I definitely think looks quite good, and sort of like the undertones of like that not everything is as it seems sort of reminded me of the film The Truman Show, where where it was all being recorded. So yeah, really enjoyed seeing that. And from what I could tell, I don't think that there was an appearance from Susan Twist. I think that the woman who played Pepper Bean's mum was Susan Twist. I think she might be, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Also, as well, I loved Millie Gibson's acting in this. I definitely think that she's becoming a really strong companion. However, one thing that I am a bit disappointed about is that I feel like I haven't got to know the 15th Doctor and Ruby yet. I know it's only an 8-episode run, and we've got Rogue and the two-parter left to go of this series, but usually by this point in a normal Doctor series you feel like they're cemented as the Doctor, but like it just feels like there's something missing. Like there doesn't really feel like that, yes, they're definitely the Doctor. It just this one's taking a bit more longer to sort of get used to. I don't know why that is, but overall, I did quite like this episode. It wasn't my favourite of the series so far, but hopefully the Rogue next week, and you've probably already seen it by the time this comes out, I'll like more. But I think it's mainly due to the where it's placed in the series. I think if I just watched it on its own without the weight of all the other episodes in the series behind it, I feel like I would have liked it a lot more. But yeah, I don't know. So let me know what you think of this episode. Sorry, it's been a bit of like a ramble. I've just been sort of getting my thoughts across. But let me know what you think of this episode in the comment section down below, and hit the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.